on the front of the jersey. The California 33rd District on a perfect night for baseball. 81 degrees. Actually feels a little bit even cooler than that. The humidity is low. The fans coming in through the center field gate on Half Street here in Southeast DC, and they are set to go as Pete Aguilar's hoping to get off to a good start. We saw Chris DeLuzio pitch last year, did not fare well, although was pretty good at getting the ball over the plate, but it kept coming back at him. That was the problem. They go with Aguilar tonight.
You know, I talked to DeLuzio's staff this weekend, and they thought that he was getting squeezed a little bit last year, but I tell you, he had a rough outing. His first game, he's wearing a Pittsburgh Pirates uniform. They've basically reversed the battery here, John, where last year you had Chris DeLuzio pitching. Now you have Pete Aguilar, who started for many years here. DeLuzio had an ERA of 33 even, but Pete Aguilar in his career 13 2/3 innings with an ERA of 7.17.
See Chris DeLuzio moving to the catcher position there. Alex Padilla playing at first base, and Kevin Mullen going to be the designated hitter. He suffered an injury, but we talked with Linda Sanchez before the game, and even though he's starting as a DH, we may see him in the field, which is a good reminder that sometimes when it comes to substitutions or pinch runners, there are things that are a little bit different in the Congressional game than you might see in, maybe a Major League Baseball game.
Absolutely, and we'll see this here right off the bat here with Steve Scalise. You know, he's not going to play in the field here because of his injuries. He suffered from cancer, back again this year. Again, he came back in February, but you're going to see William Timmons, a Republican from South Carolina, kind of get down in a track stance, almost like you're doing the 100-meter dash later this summer at the Olympics, and as soon as there is contact by Steve Scalise, he will take off to first base. We talked last year with Linda Sanchez about whether or not they were making this about 87, 86 feet up the line rather than 90 feet to first base, something that the umpires will look at.
Taking a look at the series history, we have mentioned recent where the Republicans have been dominant, including a lopsided win last year. This is the 89th time that these sides have gotten together. The slight edge for the Republicans over time. The Democrats have not won since 2019. There was no game in 2020 for COVID.
Yeah, the Democrats, they last won back in 2019. The score there was 11-2, 21-5 in 2018, 14-7 in 2017. But again, it's been all Republicans in the post-pandemic era.
Well, Steve Scalise is going to lead things off here, wearing number 1 on the back of his jersey. Republicans clad in red. The Democrats have a wide array of jerseys, mostly from their home districts. The first pitch from Aguilar is across the outside corner, strike 1.
And you see how William Timmons is kind of down in that crouch there, ready to take off if Scalise makes contact.
1 pitch to Scalise, a little bit low. That'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
You know, Steve Scalise, it's been just amazing, this comeback after the shooting back in 2017. Almost 7 years to the date, John, since he was shot on the practice field a few years ago. He came back the next year, and on the first play of the game, he made this diving stop at second base. It was really incredible.
From the Louisiana first, Scalise with a ball hit to the right side. Stanton will throw on across, and Padilla can't make the play at first. And a hit for Scalise to lead it off.
William
Timmons running at first base.
Yeah, William Timmons. Excuse me. Yeah, William Timmons. He took off there on contact. It was a bit of a slow hit ball, which is why I think Stanton had a little bit of trouble there, and kind of handcuffed Alex Padilla, the senior senator from California. This is his first congressional game here down at first base. I should point out that Alex Padilla, we have roommates on that side of the field. He is a roommate of Tony Cardenas, who is the right fielder for the Democrats.
So coming to the plate now, and stepping in with a runner at first base as Eric Schmidt, the left fielder, hailing from Missouri. Schmidt had a terrific game here last year.
And I tell you, it's just amazing how much hitting prowess he brought to the game last year. But he looks thinner. He has lost 25 pounds, he tells me, in the offseason.
And running Timmons will get down to second base and just in ahead of the tag, a stolen base. That will put a runner in scoring position for the GOP, and still nobody out here in the top of the first. We get another look.
You know, I was wondering a little bit here. They had a real problem with injuries in the last year's game with the Republican runners here. We had 3 guys pull up with hamstring injuries.
Oh, Schmidt is ready. The junior senator from Missouri gives this one a charge. It will go up the gap and be picked off by the left fielder, Morgan McGarvey. Around to score is Timmons. That's a double for Eric Schmidt and the Republicans. It does not take long. They are on the board, 1-0 GOP.
Yeah, this is right where the Republicans left off last year. You know, they really poured it on the Democrats in the early going here. It does seem, however, that Pete Aguilar does not have some of the same control issues that Chris DeLuzio had last year, John.
Really nice swing there, and you see the reaction, and Eric Schmidt with a big knock to put the Republicans up early. That will bring to the plate third baseman August Pfluger.
August Pfluger might get some action on the mound later. Greg Stubbe is going to be the starting pitcher for the Republicans. We're told by Roger Williams, the Republican manager from Texas. And interesting thing here, John, I didn't quite pick up what it was here, but Linda Sanchez, the Democratic manager, went all the way out to left field. I don't know if she was checking on her left fielder, Morgan McGarvey from Kentucky, or what happened there, but she went all the way out to left field there for a second.
Walking her way back to the dugout now as Pfluger comes to the plate. He played baseball at the Air Force Academy, representing Texas 11th District, Midland, Odessa, Midwest Texas. Aguilar in a bit of a jam, still looking for the first outs. And a pitch that's a little low and away, ball 1.
As I was going to say there, August Pfluger, we'll see him probably pitch the last 2 innings. They'll let Greg Stubbe go the first 2 innings and then bring him in from the bullpen later on.
Pfluger down the middle and a base hit to left field. Coming around third is Schmidt. This ball's going to go all the way to the wall. That is back-to-back doubles, and that is where Pfluger will hold up. It is 2-0 with the Republicans on top now. 3 straight hits to open up the game.
You know, Morgan McGarvey out in left field, he was the catcher last year, and it looked like he kind of overran the ball. And actually, he might have an injury. He is signaling something here, which might have been the problem. Maybe that's why Linda Sanchez went out there just a couple of moments ago, but it looks like he's limping a little bit, but he looked like he overran that ball. Something that Roger Williams said is that he did not want his team to give up extra outs, and this is exactly what the Democrats have done in the early going here, and they're going to make a change. This is a hamstring injury. That bug bit the Republicans last year. It seems to be biting the Democrats early this season.
Yeah, you could see the moment that Morgan McGarvey pulled up a little lame and going for that ball. So, as Greg Stubbe comes to the plate, he will, as Chad mentioned, be the pitcher when the Democrats come to the plate in the home half of the first. Stubbe has 3 wins on the mound in the Congressional baseball game against just 1 loss. 19 2/3 innings, 15 strikeouts. But right now, he's at the plate where he's pretty good at this too. First pitch is away.